Hello, my name is Silvester Henderson. I am the CEO of Professor for Life Incorporated. I am so deeply excited today to be able to interview Professor Dr. Sharon L. Burton's Ph.D., who is an assistant professor of practice in cybersecurity. She lives in Wilmington, Delaware. Welcome, Dr. Burton.
Thank you.
Dr. Burton, can you introduce yourself to our digital media academic world, and please describe your education and your training?
Yes, I can. Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Sharon L. Burton, and currently I am a professor of the practice at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, College of Aviation, Department of Applied Aerospace Science. I teach a host of courses there. From cybersecurity standards, laws, and regulation, aviation, cyber risk management and resilience, computer and technologies, war, terrorism, and diplomacy in cyberspace, a host of different courses to students from all over the world. And I mean literally all over the world. And I am very excited to work with those students. At Embry-Riddle, I worked through my Ph.D. in cybersecurity leadership that I earned from Capital Technology University out of Laurel, Maryland. However, that is my second doctorate. I also hold a doctorate of business administration from the National Graduate School of Quality Management, where that degree was in quality systems management, where I led in business process improvement as a consultant for federal government, state government, and private enterprise. Prior to getting the DBA, I had earned a MBA in Human Resource Management and an MBA in Management from the American Intercontinental University out of Illinois. And prior to that, I earned a BS degree from the Florida State University from Tallahassee, Florida. And among those different degrees, I have an extensive list of certification connected to my cyber. I hold the CISM, which is the Certified Information Security Manager. I hold a project management certification, and I hold a Master Lean Six Sigma Black Belt. So in order to stay relevant, and I served as a consultant for numerous years, and to be a consultant, you had to be relevant. So I maintained those certifications along the way so that when I introduced myself, everyone understood that I came with the information that they needed in order to get the job done. Outside of education, I'm happy to say I am the proud mother of one daughter and the proud mother of one grandson.
Dr. Burton, it was such a joy to hear how you have really encouraged your intellect, your mind, and your knowledge with all the training. Thank you once again for taking the time to appear on this show. Can you please describe your work and obligations as professor of cybersecurity and some of the other areas that you work in at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University? Can you go into a little more detail about some of the work you do? What does it mean to be a professor
oh my goodness.
Embry-Riddle Aeronautical?
It means a lot. Embry-Riddle is a Tier 2 university, and that definitely means a lot. Not only do I work with students to help guide them in education, many times students may reach out to me for mentoring in terms of how do we apply this education as I extend my work journey? I develop courses for the university. I am a member of numerous groups. I deliver seminars. Recently delivered a seminar on cybersecurity, change management, and business process improvement. I participated in different groups. We had a cybersecurity artificial intelligence group where we drew out what it means to apply artificial intelligence in the academic space. And as a result of that group, we're actually putting together a team of us writing a paper that deals with cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, as it deals with people who may live in rural, remote locations and people who live at I call it the perimeters of the United States. One thing that I learned from visiting with my family in New Hampshire is once you get almost to Canada, numerous people are no longer on the U.S. grid. They're actually on the Canadian grid. So when it comes to how is your cyber working and what is happening, that became a new piece of information that I shared with the cyber team, and we're actually developing a paper on that realm. I am also very proud to say that I am in a think tank here at Embry-Riddle. I am with a think tank where we do research and we go after research that may deal with the federal government. Research may deal with major companies throughout the United States. We meet on a weekly basis. We put proposals together, and we're making it happen. I am on several major projects with this think tank group. So there is something going on. It's not just about teaching in the classroom, but it's about sharing my knowledge, skills, and capabilities to help move this knowledge outside the classrooms into the perimeters and into the workplace.
Dr. Burton, thank you. Can you kind of talk about how Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University is in terms of its structure worldwide?
Oh, yes. Many people think Embry-Riddle is just Daytona. No, we have campuses all over the United States. Excuse me. There are campuses all over the world, different countries, and we all communicate together. We build courses together. We talk about how might cyber be working in Brazil? How might cyber be working in this country? And what are the different laws that may apply? 1 second. Excuse me. And how might these different laws apply? But the campus is huge. The instructors are from all over the world, and we do have opportunities to meet, not just on a Zoom or Teams meeting, but every so often we may come together at a graduation. Recently, we came together in San Diego this past September for graduation, and there we have meetings to discuss what is the way forward, what is cyber and what is AI looking like, and what are we going to do to advance the cause.
Wow, that sounds pretty exciting that you're part of a worldwide team of academics making a difference.
Yes, it is. And what I also like is, in addition to what we do on the campus, there's the opportunity for us to help spread the word outside of the campus. For example, I have a mission here, right where I live. I deliver presentations and seminars, and it is entitled Cybersecurity: What People Need to Know. I deliver them here. People have reached out to me a month or so ago. I delivered one for a group in Las Vegas, Nevada. This coming Friday, I'm delivering one for the housing of Northern Delaware, and I tailor it to fit the group that I am working with, so they understand how cyber and how AI is affecting their individual groups.
Can you give our digital media audience just a quick definition of what is cybersecurity? What would you define cybersecurity as?
So cybersecurity is, let's see, cybersecurity is dealing in an infinite space of things, processes that touches all over the world, entities that can and cannot be seen, but have the ability to affect all aspects of our life and all parts of the world.
So could we say that cybersecurity are elements that can physically control the world and control the world even in ways that you cannot see?
Oh, for sure, and that's some of what I talk about when I do my different seminars. Yeah, definitely things you can see afterwards, things that you cannot see, things that you may not understand in terms of the tools that you may have in your home. Like, for example, when I have the seminar this Friday, I'm going to be talking about home tools. So when that old refrigerator died that you had for 30 years, this new refrigerator is going to be AI infused. This refrigerator is going to be able to talk to you and you talk back to it. Something we never dreamed a refrigerator would do. Or that exhaust fan, you can tell it to turn on and off. Over the years, we've been using a button, or your stove, cyber infused. So we're going to be talking about those types of tools, how you use them, how when you talk to these tools, you're actually helping to train the language in the cyber world. Because the more we talk to the tools, the more we train. That information goes back to a database, and the makers of these tools now are able to be smarter on the next series when they make them. So we are moving from just programmable types of thing to more of a synthetic, more of a human thinking and agent type of cybersecurity and AI.
So cybersecurity is also a technology phenomenon.
Say that again?
I said cybersecurity can also be viewed as a technological or technology phenomenon.
Oh, definitely. And it depends on which university you have it in. I've noticed some people have it squarely in technology. Some the universities have it in the business department. Some universities have it in computer science. But what I say to all of them, they all work together. One cannot function without the other.
Very good. You know what? There's so many questions I would like to ask you, but I'm trying to contain myself. Can you can you share your journey to becoming a professor and noted leader in higher education?
Okay, so years ago, my key role was in learning and development, but I had a propensity to be interested in learning all like the different tools. When the computer came about, I was interested in learning about that. So our IT department was shorthanded, and our senior vice president of my department said, I would like you to work with the IT department. They need some help. We need these new computers put up here. You do all the training, and they could use your help, and you can learn from them and they can learn from you. So at that point, I started spending time. Oh, and this was well over 30 years ago. I started spending time in the IT department. I learned to image the computers. I ended up setting up the entire department with our new computers where I was working. And from then on, whenever it became an issue, I was trained on how to do it, and then I would come back upstairs to fix whatever it was that was going on with somebody's computer. As time went on, when Y2K came, I am the one who developed the training manual to show the difference between the old system and the new system, to initially train the department here in Wilmington, Delaware, the staff and the leadership on the difference between the old and new systems. And then they put me on the road. I went to Missouri, Illinois, Florida, and other locations, training from the old to the new system. So when we went live, everyone would understand how to use the new system. So from there, I left that group and went to a different bank where I sat squarely in IT in what was called a telephony team. And that is the team. We work with what was called VDNs and vectors, and we would write what you would call a program, where when you would call the phone and it would go, well, press 1, you can get here, press 2, you can get there. That is telephony. So I work with the telephony team. Okay. Yeah, telephony. Work with that team. And that's what we did for the bank. In 9/11, we activated the emergency signals for the telephony. And since that time, I went out, started doing consulting work. And in the consulting work, I would work with a combination of systems and change management. For one state, because my undergraduate degree was criminology, they called me in to do the research, and I wrote the request for proposal to build their automated fingerprint system. Then from there, I took on other projects of helping automotive companies build new training systems around vehicles. So I've been called in to do numerous types of work that dealt with systems, because, and this was prior to the Ph.D., and all of this was about my background stemming from back in the 80s working in IT. But my DBA was all about systems, people, and processes. So I learned how the three go together. So whether it was state, federal or private entity, they would always call me in to do a project, and it always had a system connected to it. So uh, since back in the 80s forward, I have been connected to systems, people, and processes. I layered on the Ph.D. to do what I call solidify that that technology portion of it, because today sometimes people say, oh yeah, you might be able to do it, but you don't have the credential. I added that credential on, went forward and earned the Certified Information Security Management certification, and now there's no question either way around. I hold courses, teach classes, and I connect all of the processes. And I teach my cyber people how those processes are connected also. Because in order to be a leader, you have to understand the process and to be able to lead along those processes and bring others forward.
Wow, quite a journey. How do you ensure that your courses are inclusive and accessible to all students, including underrepresented and non-traditional students?
The university is open to everyone. So we have all types of students that come to the university, and as an instructor, I work with everyone on what their learning aspirations are. I consistently may send out meetings to say, if you want to have a meeting with me, we can talk about anything. We can talk about the class. You decide what you want to talk about. But when I grade, I consistently talk about how the work world connects to the assignment. So students introduce themselves up front, so they say what they do or what they want to do. So when I do the grading, I connect into how this work connects back to what they do or what they want to do. So I try to bring everybody into the fold, into a full circle of understanding that you're just not sitting here in a class the old-fashioned way trying to remember something. You are building a future for yourself. And I find that, and I've got numerous comments from students that they really appreciate this.
Wow, thank you. Dr. Burton, in what ways do you collaborate with other campus academic leaders and professionals to create a holistic student experience?
Oh, we have all types of centers where, as instructors, we talk about teaching, we talk about the student experience. We really take the student surveys, we take those to heart. And I'll say when I build a course, I look at what those surveys say about those courses, and we work to infuse that information in. We look for what's current and what's not current. We actually have boards from companies, and these companies will tell us what's current, what's not current, what's coming down the pike, and what people need to know to be employed or remain employed. So there's something going on at all times that is keeping us understanding what is currency today. There was a company that just put an article out 2 days ago. I won't put their name out, but they just put an article out saying January they're laying off 11,000 people. Why? Because these people aren't trained in cyber and AI, and they don't have time to do it. Well, when we go out and we talk, some of the things we talk about is it doesn't matter what you do today. Don't be confused. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Everything you do today has a cyber component. We have forensics in cyber. We're sitting right over there at the police department. There's marketing in cyber. That's your business department. Cyber is connecting to everything that you do. And we make sure that we're staying current on that to remain inclusive and each of us are members of professional organizations where we go and we work to spread that word around. For example, we have what's called a cyber rodeo and capture the flag, where we have over 100 of students come and they participate. They put their name in the hat, they participate, and they're in there working through cybersecurity questions. And it's a whole 8-hour day. And it's amazing just to watch those students engage themselves in groups and to show what they have learned and how they can apply it. And that is the key, getting the message out. And when you have students doing this and students talking to other students, as opposed to just the instructor talking to the student, this helps to get the word out on the street.
Wow. Well, it sounds like Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University has a great student service component in terms of supporting their students. Having said that, however, I want to ask, what are some of the biggest challenges you faced as an African-American professor at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University?
Well, to tell you the truth, I have not had any challenges. My work is well respected. My research is well respected. I'm invited in 2 groups to offer offer information. So I would, as for myself, there has not been any issue in terms of any challenges. My biggest challenge just is to say when to say no.
Well, you know what? What
that
a
is
wonderful
my biggest challenge.
What a wonderful message that's sent, because as you know, my podcast, I interview professors from all over the world, and especially when I introduce many women of color, they always talk about some of their challenges in terms of equality, in terms of equal treatment. So, you know what? You are going to be an icon to know that, you know what? I may have to send more people to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, because we know that Embry-Riddle Aeronautical knows how to treat women of color. So congratulations.
Yes,
How do you utilize technology and innovation within your division? How is technology used within your division?
Well, it depends on what you're doing. So in terms of the courses, because of the feedback we're getting from the different companies, to include the government, we are working to include AI and how to use AI in the courses. Companies are saying that when students graduate, they don't want to have to tell them how to use it. They want them walking in the door, understanding how to use it, how to prompt, how to research. So we are working to infuse that in the courses. In some of the other courses where it is more hands-on, students have hands-on in terms of touching the planes, touching and understanding those infotainment systems, understanding how the bad actors may attempt to do some type of threat vector to try to bring down a plane or try to upset the apple cart or bring down the airport in some type of way. So students get a lot of times to touch the systems, or they get actual live case studies to work on. So we work on staying current because we actually have boards of key companies that we work with that talk to us to say, this is what we need them to know and to understand. So this is how we do it. And for example, I am working to connect with one of the airports in my area. I am going to connect with them, and my goal is to go there, get a full tour of the full airport. So when I'm teaching a class, I'm not teaching from the book. I am teaching from walking through and having somebody at that airport to talk with if I have a particular question.
Wow. Very hands-on. Dr. Burton, what a joy it has been to speak with you. I have just two more questions for you. It has just been a great joy. Can you please share with our community a work you have accomplished for the improvement of the protected classes with respect to the current equity versus equality movement? I know that that becomes sort of a complicated question because you're dealing with DEI, you're dealing with equity, equality, but I'm just talking about just kind of share some of the work that you've done in terms of how you promote maybe equity or fairness without calling it equity or diversity, or if your college allows the word DEI or those sort of elements to be practiced.
I don't know if I say I hear the word DEI. What I do know is, like myself, there are others that look like me, and we all have the opportunity to do our individual research, to speak at conferences, and it's up to the individual person as to what they want to do and how far they want to go. For me, I have always enjoyed the research or the training in the research aspect. So I am always engaged in working with others, reaching out to others to bring them into the fold. I have over 110 academically published documents, at least about 8 in the hangar, waiting to go live by the end of the year. And I learned to work with multiple teams. And with these teams, I work with people who I feel are ahead of me. And then I work with teams who I feel that I can bring along to help show them how to publish and the way to get it done, and not just how and the way, but where, because the where makes a difference as well. How is that academic journal scored? Where is it housed? Does it have an ORCID ID? Is it in Scopus? Is it in World of Science? Working with the different groups in terms of what research indexes do you have? And is your work in those different indexes? I can say that a lot of this work I learned from my chair, who served as my chair both times, but learning about research indexes and the difference of where you want to publish and bringing in teams with you. And that individual, his name is Dr. Darrell Norman Burrell. Um, very engaged in publishing, and over 15 years ago when I first met him, when I was getting my doctorate of business administration, he introduced me to publishing, explained the whys, and explained where it will take you. So I worked then to reach back to those communities that you mentioned to explain you just don't show up to a university. And I think that's where the mistake is made. People think you show up, you go through the motions, sort of like you did in high school. You may get some A's and then you graduate. And that's not what college is at all. It's about being engaged, being infused, whether you are a student or whether you are a professor. You've got to be engaged in the different think tanks, in the different groups, in the different writing groups, attending the conferences, and working to bring the masses up and everybody come up together, working through what your academic goals are as well as what your personal goals may be, and working as a team to nurture those things and bring them forward. I mentioned like my writing, I do my academic side, but I developed a personal side of writing where I have a whole series on transitioning to I can from I can't. My grandmother used to have a saying, if you allow old man Kent to move in, he will never move out. And I share that with numerous people. Never talk about what you can't do, because now you've invited him in and given him a seat at the table. So that's why I named my series Transitioning to I Can from I Can't, and developing thinking around that. And I use that in the community. And I took that and wrapped the cybersecurity, what people need to know, wrap that into that. Because when I'm talking to younger people, I talk about this is where you need to go. The world is doing cybersecurity, robotics, AI. Some of this old stuff is out. If you're thinking of sales, you need to know how to do sales using cybersecurity and AI. If you're talking marketing, you need to understand how AI connects to marketing and what is risk-based analysis and cyber as it connects to marketing. The old way is out. I work with a group called the Monday Club, the oldest social club in the United States dating back to the 1800s. I'm on the philanthropic arm, and I'm working with 2 students who are in college. And what I just mentioned is I am teaching them this exact thing. You've got to understand AI and cyber in your field to walk out that door with the job.
Wow. You know what, Dr. Burton? You have given me, as the CEO of this company, and you have given our audience a great deal of information about cybersecurity and cyber and AI and all those wonderful things. And I just want to ask you one final question.
Yes.
Please, would you like to share any final thoughts and ideas with our digital media audience? Please share any final comments you have or what have you.
Well, my final comments would be If for the young people that you know, and let me define young people, that is anybody that's still working, that they need to understand how cyber wraps into what it is that they're doing. There are numerous certifications out here, free certifications. My suggestion, get them. Another saying my grandmother used to say, you better get it while the getting is good. Because pretty soon you're going to have to pay for it. So you want to get it while it is free. I mentioned the company that mentioned come January, it's laying off 11,000 people. These people have no understanding of cyber and AI, and they said they're not going to train them. You don't want to be in that spot. You want to be proactive as opposed to reactive. Be prepared.
Dr. Burton, you have enlightened me and enlightened our massive international audience. Thank you so much for taking the time. I have to give Dr. Daryl Norman Burrell a big hug because he has sent me some of the finest academics all over the world to interview. I love him. I love you. I support you. I'm so proud of you in terms of all that you've done, and it's so kind to see how sincere you are about not only your professional development, but how you're passionate about what you do. Thank you once again for taking the
Thank
time
you.
to appear on this podcast. Do have a positive evening. God bless you, and we'll hope to be talking to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye now.
Goodbye.